education for people at large. And of course, we have to thank the Auburn Museum for doing that, and for this is a very significant event to us. It's amazing, and it reverses the trend where they were collecting everything and taking away. Now they're coming back. So I think the education system, and it's up to us too as well to bring that information out, because we just don't have it. That's all. But a lot of our information, especially the belts that Washington made and so forth, they're coming from your congressional records. That you do have the history, but you just don't disseminate it. They're in your congressional records.
Any other questions?
Well, you talked about it a little, but for the public who doesn't understand, what does it mean to get these spiritual items back? You said it helps your ancestors rest in peace? Or just so people can understand how important this is.
Yeah, well, a lot of these, like this one here, the original one was, in the grave buried with that. So like we say, we wouldn't know exactly what that is. Maybe it was with a family or some certain nation. But all those things were expected to be with them, not undisturbed. That's why we put them there, so they could. And so that was a big problem with our people, of all the collections that the museums used to have, displaying our ancestors' bones. Why would you do that? What's the reason for that? What value is our ancestors' bones to you? So it was, for the past years, that's what museums were to us. So it wasn't. They had belts. They had wampum beads. They had stuff from graves. So never very a different view as the museum in American. But there also was a lot of history there, a lot of history. And when this happens, is you kind of sit this belt out there. Maybe it wasn't from the grave, and then we lose the use of it. When you bring this belt out, our elders would recite what this belt meant to our people. So now we still have elders who know this, but they just don't have the belt there to display to the people. And I think that was part of the bad history of assimilating our people, forced assimilation. So it's a constant struggle to keep our history, our language, our culture, our land. There's still federal museums that are still need to repatriate a lot of our items. Yeah, so it's still a struggle. So to have a museum do it on their own, without any federal law telling them, it's quite an event.
Is that a question here?
Are there enough objects and enough knowledge that you can know whether articles say that you got back are from Onondagas or another senators or Cayugas, or does it even matter?
It does matter. I'll speak from the museum side for this. Again, we go into a lot of research on where the object came from originally. It's provenance. I've been saying that word. Provenance is the history of where the object's been and how it came to be at the museum. So it does matter. It matters in the case of grave goods especially. It matters because you want to see that object go back to the direct ancestors of those people. You want to see it go as close to its home as you can possibly get it. So we do a lot of research looking into where these things came from physically, if it was something that came from an archaeological dig. We'll get who made